here again, as inevitable as the oncoming storm. It is Drama Friday. It's here once again. I know people are like, I don't tune in for anything else but Drama Friday. I just want to hear some glorious tales of misery and woe and hardship and generally trolling the shit out of other people. And I don't blame you, because sometimes we take games a little bit too seriously, don't we? We take games far too seriously. Not this week, however. I've taken a wonderful couple of days break. Well deserved, in my opinion. As somebody who's self-employed, it's hard to justify a couple of days break. We took a wonderful couple of days break where we just streamed. We just live streamed. We played some Brutal Legend. We played some Modern Warfare. We played Gears of War. We played all these things. We killed a lot of bad guys. And generally, we had a blast. Nothing like riding through a canyon with Dragon Force to back you up. Am I right? And then that ultimate moment when an army of emo kids attacks you to the sounds of Cradle of Filth. You just can't buy that. Well, you can if you want to go and buy Brutal Legend, because that's what happens. That is indeed what happens. That's the fun you can be had. Some of you asking, when will freedom? When will we get our freedom back? Because Independence Day has been and gone. But of course, last night it was P&G night, where we were looking at our games to be reviewing for you guys, games to play, funny videos to make, and writing all sorts of stuff that hopefully will keep you entertained for about 10 minutes. All that effort for 10 minutes of smiles, 10 minutes of happiness for you wonderful people out there, and we absolutely love to do it, so it's all worthwhile. But of course, tomorrow is the web show. It's Saturday tomorrow. It's the web show. It's transmog competitions. It's all that kind of good stuff. Me and Mr. Ghost prattling on about any old nonsense going on in the gaming world from our perspective, and of course talking and chit-chatting with you guys about all nerdy stuff. Saturday web shows are just about nerding the fuck out. It's about putting your feet up, grabbing yourself a beer or whatever's your poison, and generally just kicking back and being a complete nerd in the safety and harmony of just being joined by us and like-minded people from around the world. Drama Friday. Drama Friday this week involves a lot of noobishness. I do love newbie stories because they're nostalgic for me. They're nostalgic for me to remember things that maybe I thought was newbie. Things that I thought was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What? Why? Why the noobishness? I like a bit of noobishness. We have stories involving the Ghost wannabe. Did anybody want to be like Ghost? Did anybody want to be like Ghost? Quick chat in the chat. Quick check in the chat. Quick check. Does anybody? I want to be like Ghost. I just want to screw everybody over for my own games. That's what I want to do. I want to screw everybody over in the multiplayer world. My own games. We also have a crazy WoW journey, very noobish, very noobish, and we also have, and you'll be glad to know, those of you who tuned into the daily yesterday, that the Cruel Barbarian girl's story passes the checks, so we can in fact read the Cruel Barbarian story. Cruel Barbarian girls, Valkyries, Amazons, all these lovely ladies. What is that story about? Is it about what you think it's about? Probably not. Probably not. Some of you are already fantasizing about these greased Amazonian ladies wearing nothing but a bear paw fur covering their other fur and being generally quite muscular and cruel. Some of you are probably thinking about that and maybe even thinking, that's my cup of tea. You guys weird. You guys weird. You guys are all kinds of goofed up. But I think what we'll start with is a Ghost wannabe, right? A Ghost wannabe. Because we've got a nice little cast there. It's a nice, gentle story to ease us in. It involves a little bit of, you know, just a bit of an asshole, which is what I like. We like that. This guy's decided to mow his lawn now on a Friday. Who the fuck wants to do jobs at home on a Friday afternoon? The fuck is wrong with you? If you're that guy, get out. Go and do something fun. Watch the Drama Friday. Watch Drama Friday and understand how much of a giant dick you are. Just want you to know that. You can probably hear me right now, so no doubt the door will be going in a moment. We have a cast. We have Mr. Ooh, who is a friend. We've got a friend. Then we've got somebody who wants to be like Ghost, who I guess will be like, I want to be that guy. And then we have a guild master who has a very bit part to play. We don't mind a bit of a bit part as long as we can just reference one of these wonderful audience members. We don't mind that at all. So, who do you want to be? Let's have, I'm trying to think for people I haven't seen before. We'll have Vocal. Vocals in. Vocal. Let's put vocal in. All the guys trying to get doubled up. Aladria. Oh, Aladria. Lovely name. Oh, we'll save Aladria for... That's like kind of a ladylike name. Not to be offensive, but Aladria is a ladylike name. It is a ladylike name. So I'll have that. Oh, Match. Match is in. Match is in. I need one more. Who's that? Satanic Bob Saget. Alright, Bob Saget. I'm going to drop... Hey, don't be offended, but I'm going to drop the satanic part, but we'll have Bob Saget. We'll have Bob Saget. And that will be the members of our story for today. That will be the first story is Mighty Bob Saget, Match, and Vocal. And Vocal. I'm dropping the satanic. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there. I'm dropping the satanic. It's just not needed. It's just not needed. The Ghost Wannabe, .. Hashtag Team Preach. I like the cut of your jib, sir. I like the cut of your jib. Hello, Preacher, and a brofist to you and all your wonderful viewers. You might know me from a story earlier about how I created a loot whore. I do remember that one where you transformed a wonderful innocent lady into a complete loot whoring bastard. Didn't you? You did. You're a bit of a dick. As you might have guessed, that was me. Right. Our first friend is the friend. Match. Okay. Match showed me your channel. Thank you, Match. And I fell in love using your guides. Falling in love a little bit much. And our GM's pointers to get better. Who is this GM? Is he better than me? I don't think so. Are you trying to offend me in the first line of your story? My guides and your GM? I want to meet your GM. Because I'm going to show him that he fucking sucks. You know what I mean? It should just be all me. All me. That's all I demand. That's all I want from you. It's just 100% dedication. 100%. If you're not going to come in full throttle with me, don't dip the head in and not follow him with the shaft. I want the full fucking beef. That's what I want. Match has been trying to talk me into writing a story, and I figured, what better than a story about how we started WoW, and one from our IRL buddies became a giant loot whoring douche. Spotting a theme between you and your friends already, that everybody you play with becomes a giant loot whore. Is it possible that you are in fact giant loot whores, and your friends are just following suit? Is that possible? I'm just saying that if everybody you bring into World of Warcraft turns into a loot whore, maybe the problem's a little bit closer to home. Alright? Just saying. Just think about it. Think about it. Just think about it for a second. So here's my story about the ghost of our little group. Everybody's got one. Everybody needs a ghosty. It's short and compressed to save you and your viewers time. Well, thank you for that. My interest for WoW began when I saw my cousin playing in Wrath of the Lich King. He was fighting Sindragosa on his Death Knight. I imagine, from an onlooker, Sindragosa actually looks really cool. Right? If you were just to look at WoW and someone was fighting Sindragosa, a giant frost dragon, that would look pretty cool. Unless they are using that add-on. And I forget the name of it. Virtual... What was the thing called? Was it VRM? Virtual Boss Mod? Where it put colours and shit on the floor? Where you, if you stood there, you couldn't be killed. What was the fuck was that add-on? And it was banned like immediately. They like changed the whole game to get rid of that add-on. You know which one I'm talking about. Some fucking weird add-on. AVR. AVR. Fucking glorious. Glorious. That graphically showed you the safe places to stand in every single fight. Mwah. Magnifique. Magnifique. I loved how his Death Knight looked and wanted to get the game and experience the world of Azeroth. However, I was not able to do this as I was only 16 and jobless. That changed when I got a job at Mickey D's. Mickey D's be providing, right? Mickey D's be providing. If you're a teenager, Mickey D's is providing. Alright? McBastards. McBastards is looking out for your interests. If you're a kid, McBastards wants you to help you. He wants to help you. McBastards is your friend. McBastards is your friend. It wants you. Along with Match. And Vocal 2 years later. Okay? Vocal joined 2 years later. So we've got a Mc trio. There are so many jokes that we could just put Muck in front of. We've got a Mc threesome going on. All working at that McBastards together. And just keeping it to team. I did not have a computer at this time and spent all of my time on Xbox. When I graduated, my mother had gotten me a laptop. Yes, because your mother will always buy you the best laptop. Now, when you say laptop, do you mean netbook? Netbook. My mother got me a netbook. Yes. And Vocal got one as well. Oh, you got a pair of laptops? It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. You put some little stickers on there. Were you Acid Burn? Acid Burn? Lord Nikon? Did you dress them appropriately? As we go by the holy grail that is Hackers the movie. If you did that, if you've dressed your laptop appropriately, as per the holy codex of knowledge, that is of course Hackers the movie. Though my laptop, as you would call it, is a potato, I had been able to run World of Warcraft on it pretty well. Meaning 18 frames per second. 18 frames per second. 18. Ooh. I started playing WoW, and since I was always in love with a caster class, I chose to be a Worgen priest so I could heal. And Vocal chose to be a tank and started a Worgen warrior. Very important to remember, he wanted to be a tank warrior. I appreciate it. We kept together and got to level 20 by the time that Match bought his brother's gaming computer and installed WoW. He made his Night Elf Hunter, and I offered to help him level, but he told me he didn't want to help. He didn't want help. Don't want it. I should keep leveling so I don't fall behind Vocal. He quickly leveled and found a guild for us to join, which the GM, Bob Saget. Oh, Bob Saget's the GM. That's awesome. That couldn't have worked out better. The GM, Bob Saget, with his wife. I don't know who Bob Saget's wife is. I don't know. A GM run by Bob Saget, and they were a tank healer combo with every race and class combo possible, including Pallies, Druids, Death Knights, and a Shaman combo. It was awesome, and I still love the guild to this day. Okay. The shit began. I love it if you started with friends. I imagine loads of you started with friends, right? You started playing WoW with some friend. And because you're two friends and you can communicate, spoken word perhaps you have advanced to the stage where you can speak to each other via the internet, is that you can achieve things no ordinary group can achieve. And then you set your sights really high, just as our little group does here. It was when we were all around level 23, and our little McTrio decided to try 3-manning the Stockades. Yeah, that's a bold fucking move. That is... Sometimes you just set your sights too fucking high, man. I mean, I know you're aiming for the moon, but you might miss, but you'll still hit the stars. You know what I'm saying? You still got to see yourself high. You've got to fucking look at what you're capable of. But don't worry about it. Just try. It's the trying that counts. It's the fucking trying. We're going to the Stockades. We're going to 3-man this shit. We're going to be alright. We're going to be alright. Vocal was to be the tank and me as the healer, with Match and his pet doing deeps. Well, we didn't even get past the first group of mobs without dying. And I thought it was all my fault because I kept using Lightwell thinking it was a great spell. Were you just casting Lightwell? Dudes, I got this! Lightwell. We are good to go. We are fucking solid, man. We are golden. We are fucking golden nuggets, right? We are deep fried McTasty Town. Lightwell is down. Now I know different. Because even though my healing was terrible, and Match left Growl on his pet, which could have helped actually, thinking about it. Because even though my healing was terrible and Match left Growl on his pet, none of that could have prepared us for what we found out later. It was Vocal. Vocal had been tanking in Fury spec at level 23. How fucking dare he? How dare he? Because we all know, everybody here now that I'm talking to right here, and look me right in the eye, and you know that at level 23, one cannot simply tank the Stockades as Fury. One must respec immediately. One must respec immediately, because you can't just go, you can't just walk your ass into the Stockades as Fury and expect to fucking pull this shit off. You crazy? We're 3-manning this shit. It's hard enough, son. Fuck me. He wanted to unlock Titan's Grip. Them cool spells, man. Them cool spells. Of course I'm Fury. Two-handers. Why are you Fury, bro? Titan's Grip? Are you fucking kidding me? What the hell do you think? Titan's Grip? Why am I Fury? Get over this guy, you fucking idiot. Titan's grip. You must be a fucking scrub if you don't know why. He never used Thunderclap because it costs too much rage. Why aren't you Thunderclapping? Don't try and tell me how to play a warrior. Alright? Don't try and tell me how to play a warrior. Because Thunderclap, my friend, costs too much fucking rage. And that is just it. That is the end of the story. That is the beginning, the middle, and the end. So we moved slowly through the dungeon. And Vocal never took the upgrades because his reasoning on why he should not take the upgrades was that armor and damage were better than, say, stamina or strength. I have a better item already because I have more armor on this item. And yes, it might have 20 more strength, but it has less armor. And I don't think you're understanding where I'm coming from, because I am a Fury Warrior, and I'm going to get Titan's Grip one day, and then you'll be sorry. So why don't you shut your fucking mouth, take your ass on out of my instance, while I collect all the armor upgrades here. I imagine when that green item of armor dropped, you know the ones, those green items of the bear, or something like that, with pure armor. That was a good day for that guy. That was a good fucking day. He even went so far as to start arguing and telling us to fuck off when we tried to help. Fuck off. I know what I'm doing. Chapter 3. Let the loot whoring begin. Me and Vocal hit level 55 and of course instantly re-rolled to Warg and Death Knights. Match asked why we abandoned our other twos because we had the triple threat going on. We had the healer tank deeps combo. And my response was simple. I told you from the beginning that this was the plan. The plan is to get 55. Head over to Mickey D's, grab ourselves a McFlurry and a shake, and come back and roll ourselves some Death Knights. Don't pretend like you didn't know this was coming. We continued to 3-man dungeons, including Blackrock Spire and Blackrock Depths. The first time that Vocal showed his true loot whore nature was when the Ash Spider Queen boss in Lower Spire dropped her pet, and he was the only one out of all of us who rolled need, as we had a rule among the three of us of only ever rolling greed. That moment when your rule, your social convention comes crashing down around you because somebody decided they could not handle these sort of conventions. These are your rules. These ain't my rules. You might think it's a rule, but it's not. It's an agreement. It's not even written down. I will roll need on whatever the fuck I want to roll need on. Well, we let it go. He said it was an accident. I love that answer. Oh, I accidentally rolled need, bros. Sorry. It's never happened between level 0 and right now. But it just happened, and it didn't happen on a green item, it didn't happen on anything else, or a shitty blue that none of us could wear. It happened on this pet. So, I mean, it's coincidental, I know, but still, I think we should all just sit back and relax, because it was an accident. If a pet drops again, he will pass it, he said. Well, after the spider, we ran into the wolves, and guess what dropped? You say, pretty sure you guys already guessed it. I would never guess this. I have no idea what drops any pet in this game. I have no idea. I've played this game for so long. Just do not have that information. I don't know. But I assume, as you said, a wolf pet, that would seem pretty correct. Yes! It was the Warg pup. And I thought I could talk it off match when I rolled a greed. Oh, you mean took. And I thought I could take it from match when I rolled a greed of 98. I saw that Vocal again rolled need. I started to get angry. I should have known he was going to do this because he loved wolves. I should have seen this coming. Dude, you know I love wolves. What fucking excuse is that? Has anybody ever used that as an excuse ever? Dude, of course I rolled need. I love wolves. You know this. You know this. I love wolves. Everybody knows I love wolves. Of course I'm going to roll need on it. Of course I am. Are you kidding me? I love wolves. I mean, it should just be common sense that I was going to roll need on it because you know of my affinity for the wolf, right? You know what I'm about. I'm about the wolf. Oh, shit. Escalation incoming. I should have known he was going to do this because he loved wolves. Later, we found out that him and his girlfriend had roleplayed where she was dressed as a wolf and they had sex. How do you approach that with someone? Like, how do you approach that subject with your lady? Like, I don't want this to get weird, but could you dress up as a wolf? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know how you approach that. I don't know how your subject comes up. Does he do it over breakfast? After a candlelit dinner? Perhaps after a bath? I don't know. But there you go. Final chapter though was where's my mount? Just don't shave. I'll be on the wolf all you want. He did ask his girl to dress up, so his girl not shaving. That might not hit the fucking spot. That might not hit the right spot. I mean, I'm not sure of the rules of having sex with a wolf. I can't say I've been on Wikipedia about it. I can't say I've done that. I would like to say I did my homework before the Drama Friday, and I went to, of course, the font of all knowledge, and I looked it up, but I just don't know the rules. Perhaps someone could email me with the rules on having sex with a wolf. How does that go? After this incident with the pets, we didn't run dungeons together for a while. Oh, it's like a friendship broke up over the little wolf pet. You took my warg pup, man. We took a break from being friends, and I learned about Atlas loot. I looked for some mounts, one of which I found at Strathome, and I started farming after I dinged level 85. I farmed it over 37 times, which was over 3 months, because I didn't know about instant resets. Oh man, I was about to say, why did it take you 3 months to run 37 Strathome runs? Doesn't know you can reset your instance. Oh, that's pretty fail. I know, even before everybody's like, well, I did 400 runs. I did 400 runs for that fucking mount. I never got it. And I had work. And the final time, Vocal had asked to join, saying he had tried it 3 times, and if the mount dropped, he would pass it to me. Is what he said. Hey, can I join you on your mount run? If it drops, I'll pass it. Alright? Come on. Come on. Come on. We're friends, IRL. We work at McDee's together. We are bound by the sacred bond of the Golden Arches. We cannot possibly do badly to each other, right? We have something stronger than anything. We are strongly connected. 3 minutes later, we downed the last boss, and sure enough, the mount dropped. I was never so excited in my life. My heart was racing, and I was screaming and yelling, yes, finally! I knew the roll was just a formality, so I rolled greed. The next thing I saw on the screen made my heart stop, and a feeling of dread overcame me. Vocal wins, Death Charges reigns. He rolled a need of 1. Now, that is so much worse. That is so much worse, because you can now almost only blame yourself. It's now actually the worst thing ever, isn't it? It's now so diabolical. Missing the lottery by 4 numbers is okay. Missing the lottery because you had 5 numbers and 1 was just 1 out. You had a 28 instead of a 27. And you wanted to do 28? That's bad. That's bad. He rolled a need of 1 and learned it right then and there. Right in front of you as well. So Ghost. He's like, dude, boom. What? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Woo! Going riding my mount. I never felt so much rage or sadness before in my life. And I even remember the tears in my eyes as I typed out, Grats. Whoa! You just bent over, friend. You just bent over. You told him grats. You gratzed him. You know what you're doing? You're perpetuating the cycle. You, my friend, are an enabler. You are an enabler. That's what you are, is an enabler. The next thing I heard him vent was Match say, why the fuck didn't you give him the mount? And Vocal lied through his loot-whoring, role-playing teeth and said, we agreed to roll for it, bro! Jesus, what are you doing? Why didn't you pass the mount? We agreed to roll for it. That's how I remember the story. That's how it went. You know what I mean? We agreed to roll for it. I felt my rage rise as I listened to this insulting argument. Match then asked me if I wanted to run a dungeon with him for a white Hawkstrider. I agreed. I went through it in a flash, and even though the mount didn't drop, I got the Phoenix Pet and the orb that lets me change into the Master Race. Not the Orcs. And Chapter 5, so it ended. We continued running with Vocal sometimes, including a Black Temple run with the guild where Vocal got every piece of gear I wanted and even took the Warglaive, even though he promised to pass it to me. You just seem to keep bending over. He seems to finish with you and leave you as like a dirty mess on the floor, and then you just climb back on the table. You just climb back on that table, baby. You just bend over and take it again. He became a transmog whore, but didn't know you can't transmog legendaries, so I won in the end. You consider that a victory? Ha! Well, you can't transmog it. Equips it. That's not a victory. It's not a victory. That's not a victory. It's not a victory that you can't transmog the loot you wanted. It's not a victory. He then left the game. He then left the game not too long after Mists of Pandaria. And me and Match still played together, raiding in the new guild. I don't think that Ghost could ever have been so bad to anyone. In the game, but Vocal was not cool enough compared to Mr. Ghosty. Oh, bit of Ghost kiss ass there. Leading into the transmog competition, I would presume. Leading into the transmog competition. Ghost can be far worse in a game. He can be a lot worse. He can be a lot worse. But not that he minds, because after all, why you have to be mad? It's only a game. It's only a game. 17-30 hours. I think we should do the Cruel Barbarian Girls to make sure we give it the time appropriate to include ladies into our tale. This whole story starts pretty much at the end of Vanilla. So cast your mind back. Memories, okay? We're going back to the Burning Crusade. Me and... Ooh, let's get some names. Oh, who was our lady? Was it Aradria? Described as a smoking hot 23-year-old gaming woman. Ooh. Ooh. The imagination is an incredible thing, because all of you right now have a picture. Aladria, there we go. Aladria shall be our lady. I apologise if you're a guy, but it is a ladylike name. I'm sure you can appreciate that. Aladria will be our lady. And who shall be our smoking hot... Oh, a 16-year-old, not yet outed gay nerd. Ah. Not yet outed. So we are pre-real world gay. Pre-real world gay. And we'll have... Mogger. We will have Mr. Mogger. So we've got a smoking hot lady and the classic gay friend. Oh, great. We've got a hot gaming girl. Gay friend. What the fuck is wrong with you? Don't you know how many horny penises there are waiting for you in World of Warcraft and you make a gay friend? Gay guys, just leave our women alone, okay? We're not after you men. We're not. We're not after you men. Just leave our ladies alone. Leave them alone, right? Come on, it's hard enough to find a smoking hot girl in World of Warcraft without gay guys taking them away from us. Come on, play fair. Play fair. This story starts out pretty much at the end of Vanilla. Me and Aladria. Is what I'm going to call her for some fancy name you guys can give her. Met online in Diablo 2. Oh, Diablo 2. I never played it, but after playing Diablo 3, the thought of playing Diablo 2 makes me want to kill myself. Memories. Memories. A bunch of years ago. And we started playing together and talked in TeamSpeak for hours and hours. The whole situation was cool and horrible at the same time. And here's where most people can guess the drama coming from. Oh, did she fall for you and you're gay? Bummer, dude. Let's find out if you let her on, though. Oh! Get owned, Aladria. The cruel Barb. It was perfect. I liked her for how I could talk about everything without being afraid of hate. And she liked me because... And now be prepared for some truly sad facts. Alright. Ready to get depressed? All the other guys she met were just nice because she was smoking hot. Isn't that horrible? Smiley face. Yeah, I know. First world problems, baby. It's so fucking hot. It's retarded, right? It's so hot that all the other guys I meet just want to fuck me. It's a real pain in the ass. Real pain in the ass. I know what it's like. I know what it's like. I can sympathize. Oh, we got some more people. Oh, another person. Okay, this will be... In fact, I'm going to change Mogger, because I think Mogger is the author, and therefore we'll change him to this guy. So anyway, a friend of mine, Mogger, joined us for farming Baal, or leveling alts in Diablo 2, every now and then. So he told me that he's playing WoW for a while now, and gave me a 10-day trial pass. Mogger. I was, as I pretty much everyone else, I guess, stunned only by the giant world and the fact that I could jump. Oh, I can jump in this game? God, that's good. My first character was a male undead warlock, doing it right, just because of the name of the class. Warlock? Cool. After playing and mostly jumping, this is the best game ever. Dude, have you seen this game? So good. It's well worth paying for. This fucking spacebar is legit. I fucking swear to God. Told me that I would have to re-roll if I wanted to play. Oh, okay. I have to be jumping for a while out of the undead starting zone. You jumped out of the undead starting zone. Boing, boing, boing. My friend Mogger told me that I would have to re-roll if I wanted to play with him, and if I wanted him to help me. So I re-rolled to the Alliance. Already in love with warlocks, I wanted to start as a human. But given the fact that male humans are ugly as fuck, I made a human female warlock. I told Aladria of this game and how awesome everything was. I quickly got her to join me and explore this awesome, vast new world. She rolled a female human mage, and we loved it. We did every single quest in every zone first, because you had to do it to get the level you needed. No, not because you had to do it to get the level you needed, but secondly, and most importantly, we were complete fucking noobs. And none of us had any interest in reading anything about the game. So we thought we have to complete all the quests in a zone to get to the next, because it was that way in Diablo. Diablo. That's right, she didn't roll a priest. Jesus Christ. I don't know what to tell you, man. Women, doing it wrong. We all started wrong somewhere, right? Mogger, who offered to help us, was indeed an enormous help to us, and it looked something like this. This is Mogger's words right now. Hey guys, look at me, I'm max level, and I'm such a noobly pro badass. Here you go, got 10 gold each. 10 gold. This right behind me is Stormwind, the human capital. Have fun. And that was how Mogger did it. Not only was he dishing out 10 G's a piece, 10 big ones, but he showed them Stormwind. So fucking nice, so fucking nice. 10G, I know. That's cash though. That's cash. That's cash. And that's it. Of course, 10G was like a fortune to us, and we were more than pleased and continued leveling. We didn't know shit about the game, and I followed things like, well, that swords have strength, so my character will become stronger. I need that as a warlock. This sword has strength. Make me powerful like the bull. Other than that, me, the genius I was back then, quickly realised that when something green drops, and I pressed on need, that I would almost every time win the item. Have you noticed that these noobs keep rolling greed on this loot? I know, I don't know what the hell's going on, but the item drops, right? And you have this choice, need or greed. These fucking noobs over here, don't tell them, don't tell them. They keep rolling greed. But if you roll need, you win it. It's fucking awesome. I'm just getting free loot all the time. It's just genius, just showering me in loot. And of course, I needed everything because I needed the gold. Oh, there's nothing fucking worse in World of Warcraft than some giant cunt who rolls need on everything and then answers you. He answers you. I need the gold. And it's happened to me. I don't care about people taking loot for off-specs. I don't care about anything else. I care about people who take loot and then declare that I did it because I need the gold. I hate you so much. I hate you. Yeah, right in the fields. Right in the fields. Let me go. Okay. But you can think of how funny things went in our first dungeon. The sweet mother-hugging dead mines. I'll probably never forget how it went. When did dead mines change? Kata? So it was old school classic dead mines with Captain Smite, or First Mate Smite. I could get his title wrong. I apologise. I am not up to date on my naval ranks. But I think that Smite was First Mate. Was he First Mate? I think he was First Mate. I'm pretty sure. I'll never forget how it went. We pulled the shit out of every corner and didn't understand why we died all the time. And we were like, oh my god, this is so hard. I needed on every single item though, including the cruel barb. And I fucking won it. I won it. So yeah, look at me world. I am a warlock. Just cleared my first dungeon, which was hard as fuck. And I got a badass looking sword from there. I'm in no need of any kind of advice from any of you noobs. I didn't know anymore how the group managed to carry us through, but they did. And over time, we learned a couple of things, and our level began to climb over level 30, which brings us onto the next chapter. Why I hate basilisks and the first Murloc. Does anybody remember their first Murloc? Where was your first Murloc? I think Goldshire had the first Murlocs. Goldshire? I think so. If not, it was probably Red Ridge Mountains, right? Red Ridge Mountains? Where was your first Murloc experience? Outside Goldshire? Behind a dumpster? Nothing like meeting a fucking Murloc outside of a dumpster. Everybody remembers the first. Look at this. Don't tell me that Murlocs aren't important. Everybody remembers the first Murloc. What the fuck is that? Whoa! 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 Killing wolves is one thing, but why is this thing going? Why is it? What the fuck is this? What is this? I'm out. I'm out. I've had enough. I'm not playing. So they were at level 33. I don't know exactly anymore. A guy in the Mage Quarter of Stormwind gave us a quest which was send us to Stone Talon Mountains. So we went all crazy chicken mode. Where the hell is that place? Oh, to not know where a zone is. Dude, now you take me back to not know where a zone is. That's hardcore. Where's Stone Talon Mountains, he asked. I mean, that simple question to me is like, huh. I remember a time when I didn't know where all the zones were. So, we need to do... How do we get to this place? We need to do this quest or else we can't progress in this game. I got a confession to make. I cannot get from the Northern Barrens to the Southern Barrens without a flying mount. I am dead fucking serious. I cannot do it. At no point when I leveled the 2 classes that I didn't have did I need to do the Barrens. I have no idea how you get from the Northern Barrens to the Southern Barrens. I don't know. I have no idea. I know, right? I'm just a noob. Me either. Same here. How many people don't know how to do that? Because you can't do it on foot. You can't do it on foot. As far as I know, you can't actually do it on foot. I'm pretty sure you can't do it on foot. Yeah, that's. I'm so old school. I can't get across the Barrens because I've never needed to do it. That's right, motherfuckers, and I wear that badge with pride. I wear that badge with pride, right? I'm so old school at this game. I can't get across the Barrens. That's what I'm gonna do it. You can, but it's awful. I imagine you have to swim or something. I don't fucking know. I remember bumping into it and I was like, what do you do? I'll just go and do a dungeon and skip this whole zone. Freedom, yeah, baby. Right, we need to do this quest, or else we can't progress. Duh, we can't do, if we need to do the quest, right? We need to do the quest. So I asked Aladria. Oh, I asked Mogger. And he told me it was on the Calendar, the other end of the damn world. We would have to go to Ironforge, over to Menethil, through the Barrens, and so on until we would arrive. This story is really hitting me in the feels, because this is like... This reminds me of old school WoW, where it's like, we need to get somewhere. It's a whole fucking journey. Like, if you were below level 40 and you didn't have a mount, getting somewhere was really hard. Alright, you ready? You ready for this story? Let's cast some minds back. How many people have done the walk? And I want to make sure I get this right. I'm pretty sure the Ironforge to Menethil Harbour walk, which takes you through mountainous tunnels, and it takes you through the wetlands, and it takes you through where the dam is. And it took fucking ages, right? Yeah, look at it, fucking killed by Crocs, Scout Monasteries. That was so good. But now think back, how good was that? And you were like, oh, dude, I have to do that fucking walk. Loch Modan. They took you through Loch Modan, and then you come down, it's got the big... But how good is that? You walk through, it's got the big statues with the heads and shit. It's like, cool as shit, man. Fucking love that stuff. That was awesome. Our journey began, and we walked. Yes, walked to Ironforge. Yeah, we know what walking is. Having no clue about the deep run. Oh, right. Were you in Stormwind? Oh, shit, you walked to Ironforge from Stormwind. The first thing I did when I got to Ironforge was find the deep run tram. I totally did. It was the first thing it was the very first thing I did in World of Warcraft. I remember it clearly. Is the first thing I thought of is I know in this city there is a tram. I know there's an underground fucking trade station. I'm going for it, finding it. We walked to Ironforge, having no clue about the deep run tram. It took us hours and hours to get there. And then something happened. A warrior, about 20 levels above us, asked me what we were up to. What were we doing in the zones that aren't clearly for our level? So we told him. And he went ahead and helped us. A knight of the Baller Kingdom. What are you doing here, noobs? I bet he felt like such a king on his mount. He's like, what are you doing here, noobs? You don't belong here. What are you doing? Get out of here! I'll help you. He's like a sheriff on the road to Ironforge. Well, help! He pulled every single mob with a bow and arrow. Oh god, he was a noob. I gave him so much hope. He's a warrior with a bow and arrow. I'm a warrior, don't you know? Shouldn't you be using like a sword or something as a warrior? Only noobs use that. And not only did it auto hit and sunder armor, but he was higher level and he could help. Watch me sunder the armor out of this level 20 mob. As we got there, we ended up trying for a whole day to collect 8 spines each from some shitty basilisks who were hard to find. And after you did that, there were only like 4, and every 6th dropped one. I've done this quest. I have done the basilisk quest. I know where you are. You are on the little hill just near the lake that is the basilisk area. I know exactly where you are. I'm probably dramatising, but that's what it felt like, and it really took us a whole day. Given that this was Horde territory. Stone Talon's neutral territory. Am I wrong? Could be wrong. Is it Horde territory? Can't remember. And we played on a PvP server. Ooh. So Horde players killed us. Killed our mobs. And our warrior friend, was nice as he might, wasn't a great help with that either. He couldn't PvP. It's like, guys, PvP. Bow and arrow. Bow and arrow. I got this. I'll shoot him in the head. I'll shoot him in the fucking head. It's fine. I got this. Totally got it. A while later, after finally collecting all of those 16 fucking spines, we halved back home and give in that quest. And we were really happy as we could now progress further in the game. I'm so glad that quest's over. Now we can progress. So World of Warcraft inside of South Park. A while later, that warrior referred to us as ladies. And I can't really blame him for that, since we both had female characters with female names. And my whole being, especially online, was being a little girlish. A little bit of RP there, a little bit of RP for the men. A little bit of blue. So I decided to say nothing and see where this is... Oh, no. And it sure was only the beginning. My friend Mogger quickly began to use the thought of many players of being two female friends playing. So Mogger goes ahead and abuses that our two friends, one man, one lady, are both girls, to his advantage, Mogger. You decided to use it advantage, you pimp. You started to pimp out an idea. That's so meta, isn't it? How meta is that? You pimped out, Mogger, an idea. Wasn't even true. You pimped out a theory. You pimped it out to the rest of the server. And holy fuck did we get carried. We got dungeon rushes, new big bags. Ooh, a lot of theory to play better. Neither of us had to pay our level 40 mounts and so on. 3 different types of guys going on here, right? 3 different types of guys. Guy number 1, he's going to beat the shit out of dungeon mobs for you. Guy number 2, he's going to fashion you some stylish new bags. Guy number 3, which is like most of us, are going to throw a ton of mathematical theory at you. And that's going to get inside your underwear. Hey, do you know the coefficient of fireball? I can fill you in on that information, if you know what I mean. I can fill you in. I can hook you up. I can hook you up. As shameful as it is to me today, it was cool having all those guys doing stuff for us. We called them Murlocs. Oh, now you feel bad, don't you? I'm guy number 1, alpha male. Take that, Razorfen Crowl. They called them Murlocs. That's really cruel. That's actually crueler than like sheep or something. It's calling all these guys Murlocs. Aladria always went a step further with that and let guys level her mage and stuff like that. Sure, you can level me. When Burning Crusade arrived, we just hit level 60 and quickly after that hit max level in the Burning Crusade. Mogger told me that it was now time to either raid or go for PvP. Of course, the only 2 options you have in World of Warcraft. And we never liked PvP since we always got our asses kicked during leveling. And so I asked Mogger about raids. And he, the total badass he was, and a total badass, he told me everything there is to know about it. So I thought, oh boy. But oh boy, was I wrong. He pretty much just told me those dungeons, big ones, with more than 5 men in it, and you would get kick-ass gear. So, Mogger, what's a raid like? Well, you got a dungeon, see. You got a dungeon. It has more than 5 people and it's got better gear. I'm dubbing you as the Leprechaun forever. Try and unremember that, rest of the audience, every time you see Mr. Mogger's name. Try and unremember that. You're Irish now. You're Irish now. Again, thanks a lot, Mogger. You were my hero back then. Shit is about to get serious. Chapter 3. So we wanted to raid, and with the help of Aladria's Murlocs, oh, she's got the army of Murlocs, we actually got in a raid guild that was progressing in Karazhan. We both got a spot in Team 2. Alright, doing it right. Put the chicks in Team 2. Alpha male. 2 chicks joining. Team 2 for you. Also known as the kitchen. Team. We nicknamed it the kitchen. So our first raid at Karazhan, our first Karazhan raid was booked. Since we've been playing for a while now, and I kind of got the whole intellect equals spell damage thing. We were good to go. We actually farmed heroics, and I farmed that Shadow Weave set, and she the Spell Weave set. Well, technically, she had it farmed by other people for her, but anyway, that doesn't really matter. I also enchanted our gear before entering Karazhan. Once inside, we did pretty good. Well, I did. I don't want to sound arrogant. I was still bad as fuck, but I didn't have too much anyway. I didn't have to do too much anyway. Sacrifice my sucky and Shadow Bolt that ass like there is no tomorrow. Good old TBC Warlock raiding. Oh yeah! Get rid of my pet. Cast 1 spell. Doing it right. Top in the deeps. Top in the deeps. I'm not sure how mages worked back then, but she was struggling a lot to maintain over the tanks. And people told her that, and of course, she didn't like it. And so the first minor drama was she was mad on me for doing better on the raid than she did. Even though she was always a person a little ahead of me, for she was better with meeting new people and made them do stuff for her. I'm better at manipulation than you are. It's a strong argument to have in any real life situation is that you are a better manipulator of men than he is. Okay? I want you to know that my breasts are far more manipulative. Aladria being really good at making guys do stuff for her because she is not that great in actually doing stuff for herself. Aw, poor Aladria. Every time I tried to help her or give her a tip or even a hint, she would tell me to shut the fuck up, since she knew how to play her class good. I stopped caring eventually, but she and I grew into rivals. Which was really bad at the time for me, because I missed playing with her a lot. I just want to be friends, bro. I just want to be friends, brah, you know? I just want to be friends. I stopped caring eventually, but she and I would no longer be friends. When the guild said we needed a resto shaman for future content and she wasn't invited to raids after she missed the click thingy at Magtheridon's lair, I can kind of agree with why I would never invite somebody who could not do the click thing. I don't know how many of you did progression Magtheridon's lair, but if you were incapable of clicking that fucking box when I, as the raid leader, said, click the box, y'all ain't coming back to my raid. I'm fucking serious, right? I'm fucking dead serious. That shit ain't funny. Maggie's lair not clicking the box. That ain't funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not smart. It's not clever. You're going. You're out. I'm done with you. She re-rolled a shaman and did the same thing again. Aladria asked some guild members to level her shaman for her while she was sleeping. And so she never learned how to play it either. Except this time, there were lesser things to screw up on since our GM started to fall for Aladria. These GMs have all the power, don't they? If you have the power of GM, you clearly are the super alpha male. You have the biggest cock, okay? It's kind of like the argument itself out with the chat. He's like, you have a very big penis. You're GM, right? You must have giant cock. And so she didn't really have to do anything through the whole content except stand somewhere safe and chain heal. It's pretty much what the good shamans did. No one man should have the power of GM. With great power comes great responsibility, people. Being GM is no laughing matter. I remember a situation in Serpent Shrine Cavern where I had to kite the Strider. Ha! Get a Tauren tank, you noobs. When it was in a corrupted core team and did damage on the Nagas while she was chilling, spamming chain heal. Complaining to the tanks that she got aggro over chain healing and get every single Innovate and Manatide totem there was in our raid. Nobody ever said anything because she was flirting with more important members of the guild. I need an Innovate. Your cock's so big. The ones who simply had no interest in her or see what she was doing started to feel like me. Oh, that animosity with them flirty girls. And with feeling like me, I mean being really pissed at what our GM was doing. We wanted to progress faster, and someone would tell her sooner or later that she was a shit player. She spammed chain heals on tanks standing alone and far away from any other player who might get any kind of damage. But no one would dare, since she was so good friends with the GM. Eventually, she was even promoted to the healer officer. Yes, I love it. This was the day when I did say something, because our former healer officer did a really good job and was systematically being bitched on by her. I whispered our GM and asked him nicely what kind of car hits him in the head to make her the healer officer. He asked nicely. I asked nicely, what has smashed you in the skull to make this decision? I said it as nicely as I could. He also replied nicely, it is my guild, fuck you. He said in the nicest possible manner. Good sir, I'm glad you asked this question, but if his doth my guild, one should simply stick a dildo up your ass and go and walk 10 miles. Good sir. We said nicely. Gotta love that guy, and I actually like him, but he really fell for Aladria, so there was not much of rational speaking to him. Of course he told her that I spoke to him, and that was it. The bitch fight had begun. She didn't even whisper me. She just came out swinging in guild chat or in TeamSpeak with private things, or make fun of me for being gay, being a bad player, simply just being a real cunt. One of three things. And I hated her for doing that. I trusted her that she'd never do something like this. And with a handful of fanboys in her back. Now you have written here, in her back, that kind of is suggestive. It's kind of suggested, so I'm going to say behind her back, or at her back, in her back. Yeah, suspicious. Suspicious. A handful of fanboys in her back. There was not much I could do in return. So I thought, oh, revenge. Mwah! I eventually grew weary of her stupid behaviour and wanted the guild to concentrate on raiding. But for that I would need to get rid of her. As in, she needs to be G-kicked or leave the guild. The final chapter. Payback is sweet. I figured I was a good friend. Bumper off, rubber out. I figured I was a good friend with her for years online, so given that she's such an enormous douchebag, why shouldn't I use her own shit against her? So I started to talk to people, not to random players, but every single guy that she used to sponge off by her flirty nature. Each and every one of them. And they were, let's say, surprised that they weren't only to who she was being somewhat open-hearted. And I made screenshots of all the conversations, and I built a little library of her lying to all of them. When I had enough information, so that even the blindest would see what she was doing, I posted it on the guild forum. And man, I have never seen someone G-leave this quick ever again. One little naive voice in my head said that it was over now and that the drama would eventually stop. But I would be wrong once more, as she took it to the only place she could. She took it to trade chat, ladies and gentlemen. She took it to /2, and not only that, she took it to the Realm forums. Yeah. She took it there. She took it to trade chat, and she took it to the Realm forums. I mean, there's just no fucking around today. No fucking... Oh, the good book? Hey, there's no one getting killed here, right? We don't need to go to the good book. It was just the same old crap of her telling the world things that probably no one cares about, but it's made me uncomfortable, and at this point I just wanted it to stop. Some of my guild members were somewhat thankful for what I had told them, that she's just been playing with them. At some point it seems the whole realm splintered. The whole realm splintered into two factions. Those who loved Eladria and those who hated her. You split a realm. You sundered the realm in two. Sundered the realm in two. She must be so hot. Yes! She must be so fucking hot. Jesus Christ. I saw guys in trade chat saying that they actually had sex with her. All of them. Half the realm. Half the realm. Just think about the plane fare. Just think about the plane fare alone. God. Threads in the official forum about me or her, and which one of us is the bigger cunt. Let's take a vote. I love the Realm forum threads. Here's the top 10 PvP guys of each class. Great thread, guys. We'll get a discussion going, bringing the community together. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let's just list off the top 10 people that we've heard about. Let's do it. Me and Eladria weren't even fighting anymore. We just ignored each other. But we had somehow started this. Something started so trivial would turn to something like that. Blew my mind. Players got 3-day bans for what they said in trade chat. And some got a permaban in the official forum for what happened there. People are dropping left and right. It's like Saving Private fucking Ryan here. It's unbelievable. It became less and less over time, and today nobody really knows anything about it anymore, except those who still stayed. It's become legend. It's become myth. It's become the Candyman of the realm. But until this very day, where there is that bug that you can't see, all the equipment of all the other players, so everyone is naked. What? When there is the bug that you can't see all the equipment of all the players and everyone is naked. I don't recall that. Has anybody seen that book? Yeah, maybe long ago. Maybe long ago. I don't even remember that one. I don't even remember that one. Yeah, it's real. I can't remember it. You'd think I would have seen it. Maybe I have. Maybe I have. It doesn't really happen very often nowadays. It's called the Triple X. Oh, it's called the Eladria bug on our server. It's called the Eladria bug. Everyone's naked. Eladria time. Everyone's naked. Eladria time. Good times. She had to transfer sooner or later and started the same thing somewhere else. I heard this until the day she transferred at least 8 times. Because over time, the top guilds in those realms in which she got in first kicked her again for similar reasons. She did 8 servers. She did half a realm on 8 different servers. Half a realm on 8 different servers. How many people here didn't do Eladria? Can we get a quick vote? Can we get a quick vote in the chat? I think he's got goggles. I think he's made goggles for it. I want to know how many people didn't do her, right? Ali's dinner. Look at how many people have a virgin, so. It's like, dude, I'm a virgin out of man. Not me, not me. First. Oh, Moggo was first. Not many people. I always catch people out with how many people didn't do something. For the guild I was in, we eventually cleared content second on the realm and first on the alliance side. I later quit at the end of the Burning Crusade. The guild fell apart, sadly. And with the release of Wrath, I lost interest in raiding. I did some pugs to see Nax and some Kata content. I was extremely casual, playing my alts or farming achievements such as the Insane in the Membrane, or almost 200 mounts. I stumbled upon you on YouTube after watching some preaches and the vanilla videos of the lethargy one. Ooh, I got the fever back. I want to raid in 5.4 and kick ass with my Warlock, who's still the one I roll through the dead mines like the Barbarian guild. Yay! P.S. She outed me in front of the whole server. Was a win-win in the end. That guy's gay. 21st century. It's like, oh yeah, well he's gay. I don't know what you want to say. I don't care. Dirge! Anal dirge! Dirge, dirge. There's no way I can fight back. Awesome! Good stories! And it is, of course, it's time to end the show, unfortunately. So the story of the Crazy WoW journey will have to wait, unfortunately. We'll have to wait. Oh! Good stuff! Good Friday. No. We don't go too long. We don't go too long. We don't go more than an hour for Drama Friday. We don't go more than an hour for Drama Friday. It's asking too much for some people. We don't want to do that. And we'll save our stories till next time. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. If you have a story to tell, because everybody does. Right now, everybody's in this chat has a story. Something that's happened to you. It doesn't have to be in World of Warcraft. It can even be a good story. Send it to me at drama@preachgaming.com. And we'll have some fun with it. It's completely anonymous. It's all in good jest. Have a laugh at good times. Other than that, I will be back tomorrow. And I will be joined by my cohort, Mr. Ghost. It's 2 hours from now, if you're in the chat right now. 2 hours tomorrow. So 26 hours from right now. Our web show starts where we'll be looking at all your cool transmogs. It's not the themed transmog week. That's in 2 weeks' time, the themed transmog. So you have 2 more weeks to do your themed transmogs. Other than that, get your brofist sent in. Send us some cool stuff, and we'll talk about it. Alright, guys, have a great day. And if I don't see you tomorrow, please have a good weekend. Do something with your weekend. Enjoy it. I will be editing. You should have a very large video coming out tomorrow, and I will tease you with the title. It is called The Legacy of the Rogue. The Legacy of the Rogue. It's a wonderful new series that I'm starting. I think you're very much going to enjoy it, and that's going to be coming out tomorrow, hopefully. I should finish it. Alright, guys, be good. Be good. Have fun. See ya.